So I wanted to bring on, though, my friend Naomi Bearcat because she is amazing when it comes to working with you on mindset. And Naomi is an author. She's a speaker and she owns a business called Neurosuccessology, which that's one of the best names ever. And so I want to just do some interviewing with Naomi. So welcome, Naomi. I'm so glad to have you on. And
Okay.
first of all, tell everybody how you kind of got into doing what you're doing.
So actually, I felt numb for years. I came from the business world. They were like, we had accounts with like company of Warren Buffett even and big things, but I felt numb inside, as if I was not in alignment with myself until I went to this deep breakthrough and I said, that's it. I'm going to share it with as many people as possible because, you deserve it and, God created each of you and I truly believe that you are here for a mission. So I'm here to help you.
Nice. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so from your experience, what are the reasons that prevent people from achieving their goals like losing weight?
So the problem is the people are so conflicted internally, and there's no match between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. So they get these mixed messages, and they're in constant struggle. So let's say they focus, they have the strategy how to lose weight, but their habits pull them to different directions, and then they find themselves procrastinate and things like that. So, and you have to understand that some of our habits are imprinted in our DNA from the time that we were in a survival state. So you would eat as much as you can when food was available because you couldn't know when the next meal will be available for you. So we still have it imprinted in us, and it's impossible. It's like was impulsive life, right? So it was so impulsive, and that's what happened, and it's imprinted in us. Can you imagine, like that? You want one thing, but your body takes you to another direction of survival. So that's the constant struggle. So you need like to be in alignment in order to be able to finally achieve it.
Oh, absolutely. You do have to be in alignment to finally achieve it. So what can help people to stop self-sabotage? Because I know this is one of the biggest things that prevents people from being successful when it comes to weight loss, doing exercise on a regular basis. So what can people do to help them stop the self-sabotage?
Yes, so when they check the big why, right? Everybody said you should have a big why, and that's the reason and motivation. So they should look if they are motivated, if their motivation is away from pain or towards pleasure. When it's away from pain, you won't be consistent because after a while, when you forget about the pain, then you will self-sabotage because you need the motivation of the pain again.
Gotcha.
So, and it's crazy, it's terrible because like people create traumas and pain in order to be motivated. Wouldn't it be better if we are motivated by pleasure? So like rather than say I'm, away from being sick, you want to think, oh, if I lose weight, I'll get this pleasure of feeling light. I will live long life. I will enjoy activity. I will look sexy and all those things. So then your unconscious mind will take you in that direction. Otherwise, you attract more of the pain. And like if you go away from the pain, you will create it again just to be motivated. So you really have to check if you're motivated is away or towards a pleasure rather than away from pain. Also, they shouldn't put themselves in constant temptation, okay? So when they have yummy snacks at home, drinks, sweets, available to them at their home, you cannot resist it. And so the only way to do it is avoid it. Because otherwise you play with your willpower, you have to keep fighting it. So, don't keep fighting it. If you are like, you remember like when we lived ancestors that they were in survival mode, right? So when they saw food, they just ate it. Okay, right. So know that that's what would happen. So don't don't put yourself in temptation. It's like sending my husband to a bar of naked women, right? Why would I put him in a temptation? I don't say he will do anything, but in the first place, right? You don't want to put them in temptation.
No, that makes so much sense because I know there's so many things that I would love to have in the house to eat. However, I don't ever buy it because I know I will sit down and eat an entire bag of whatever that thing. It could be a big bag of popcorn. It might be a big bag of chips. That stuff I just typically don't even keep in the house, or tons and tons of chocolate. People who can keep all this stuff in their house, I don't know how they do it, but for me, I would eat it all the time if I had it available. And because quite honestly, I'm too lazy to go back to the store to go get it, or to make that stop through whatever to go get it. But I love what you said about having the mindset of your why needs to be around pleasurable things, because I discuss a lot about how focusing on this is exercising for the long haul, or losing weight for the long haul. This is a lifelong journey. This is a lifestyle change. And if you don't start focusing on the positive stuff about the great things happening to you, these non-scale wins, about how you're feeling better, sleeping better, if you don't start focusing on that stuff, then it is too hard to continue to do it all the time. So that
Right.
is,
Yeah, and also you will keep creating this like hate, like I hate myself, okay, so it will motivate you maybe to a 2-3 days. You know what I mean? It has to be come from love, from positivity, otherwise it won't hold for long term. It's like, think about it, not even about just losing weight. For example, a person who wants to make money to get out of debt. The minute he gets a little bit out of debt, he is not creative anymore. He doesn't want to make money anymore. He forgets. So he creates another debt in order to make the money again. So you don't want to be away. You want to be toward. Your motivation needs to be toward.
I love it. Absolutely awesome. So how is it that even when someone has this big why, they still don't achieve it or don't persist? So it's because they're really going toward that negative emotion, right?
So what happened is because, consciously they know what they're supposed to do, okay? They have the focus, they have the strategy, they have even a mentor, they have everything, but they didn't take care of the root cause, which they are programmed, okay? So the way their belief system works, there's no way a person can keep the weight she wants if she believes internally that she cannot. Or like, let's say, is history proven her differently, that nothing helped, nothing worked out, because it's programmed, it's imprint in her mind, in her unconscious mind. You see, it could take like one event, let's say that she went through like a child, for example, that she decided, for example, that fat will protect her from men, okay? For example, or it took one event that someone tell her like something about a wolf. She's not wolf, she's like, she will never be pretty or something, and at that moment she decided she believed it. And that's imprint in the unconscious mind. So the problem is that most people, they try to take care of the surface, of the side effects, and they never stop and take care of the root cause. So like, think about like water in a tree that has no root, okay? So you must get your unconscious mind reprogrammed. You must, otherwise your life will be like 95% against what you want.
Yeah, reprogramming the unconscious mind is so important. And gang, everyone out there, we all need to get rid of bad programming. I have bad program. We all have bad programming. It is imprinted. I mean, I think growing up, I had lots of bad imprints about money, really about money, because my parents argued about it every single day. And that's a tough one to work with, but I will tell you, I work on it every single day to focus on everything positive, for sure.
So totally, what happened, you trying to beat it consciously, but you need to reprogram and with, unconsciously. So like I had a client, for example, she never could make money. And when we floated about her timeline, we found out that there was one event when she was 3 years old. She could not recall it consciously, but unconsciously, when she was 3 years old and her parents made a lot of money and they started fighting about the money, what to do with it. The father wanted to spend it and the mother wanted to save it. And there was a chaos and screaming at the house. At that moment, she unconsciously made a decision that money is rotten. And that's imprinting her. So until we change it in her mind, in her future, in her mind, she couldn't make money. So after that, when she had a meeting with investors, finally, she got it. You know what I mean? Because she released and change the picture in her head.
Nice. That's awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so last question. How do you help people in your sessions to change their limiting beliefs?
So at my session, we naturally work on the root cause, right? So since your result comes 90% of your result comes from your unconscious mind and from your belief paradigm. So any memory and limiting belief is stored in your brain in picture. And this limiting picture that you have, they have certain feature. So what we do, we elicit the picture of the limiting belief that you have, for example, like I will never make money, or money is rotten or something. And all the things that block you, okay, we elicit this feature. It's in your brain. It's unconsciously there. And we change the feature of the picture to another feature of other picture that's stored in your mind, but those are positive ones. Those are a winning one. And at the end of the process, you know you're going to do it, just like you know that the sun is shining tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's like, because you get all these 95%, now collaborate with your conscious mind. So you have both in alignment. So you are getting into automatic pilot, and your whole mind, body itself, and your body collaborate with your goal. So that's why I love to do also goal setting with entrepreneur, because we put it into the vibration, into like the mind, into the unconscious mind, changing those pictures that's limiting them, and you have to do it unconsciously because you're consciously not aware of those pictures. So unconsciously we elicit the feature, and then we change them. And it's crazy. It's like then you take care of the root cause, and there's no the constant struggle. Plus, if you have internal conflict, on one hand you want, on the other hand you don't, because then, you know, and things like that, and or you feel that's the only control, there is also amazing deep breakthrough, which is like conflict resolution, but internal one, that in the end of the process, you release this blockage that you have, because this conflict creates a blockage in your bloodstream. It's like a poison. And in the end of the process, yeah, you totally release it, and you feel so relieved, as if like you were carrying this baggage with you for years. So it's really fantastic and fun. And, you know, like, because we are here, and like some women, like if they're serious about getting the results they want, and they see and feel the constant daily struggle, so I would love to help them. And for each of the women in this group, I would give a gift of a free half-an-hour session with me.
Oh, great.
So,
a free half-hour session.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So if they're tired, running around the tail, and they want to be on automatic pilot to achieve what they want, they can comment later. I don't know if through Zoom, or like they can messenger us and send me a messenger, and I would love to, you know, sit with them and like see where they are blocked.
Oh, I think that's awesome. So Naomi, what I'll do is so what happens with Zoom is I need to save the recording, which I'll do. And then once they let me know it's processed, I can upload it to Facebook, to the group, and then people can watch it, and they can make comments below below the posted Zoom call. So I will get that taken care of for sure today.
Sure, yeah. I'm sorry about the Facebook Live. I don't know why it's working, but who cares? You know, like, it doesn't matter, but that's an amazing example of how you get your things done once you're on automatic pilot. You don't give up. It's like, okay, no, this way. We are flexible with our creativity, and we find another way.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
That's amazing. And yeah, so I always learn from anything, and it's a great practice. So I'm really thankful that you have this amazing group, and that you coach them, you know, because it's for the benefit, for the future, for the life, for their grandchildren, for their ancestors, for the DNA of the future relatives.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome, Naomi. This has been so much fun.